Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
I was going to make a calm, collected video about this topic before I realized that I've already made some like that. So fuck it. A common argument against diversity in fantasy, given by people trying not to seem racist, is the idea that it should follow real-life rules of skin color, like people living in the northern latitudes should have lighter skin, and isolated communities should have the same skin color. I cannot overemphasize how little shit I give about these rules. I spent about 2 hours trying to see if these rules actually apply in real life to mention in this video before I remembered that it's fantasy. Why the fuck do we care? This is a genre where authors tell us to just accept that dragons, magic, immortal beings all exist. So why is it a far-fetch when showrunners tell us to just accept that people of all skin colors can live in a northern city? I just think we should all follow Robert Jordan's example with this. When he was asked why the Aiel, a group who have been living in the desert for 3,000 years, have white skin and red hair, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, "Why not? I just thought it seemed cool."
Show me one guy that don't get drunk every single fucking night.
Hold on.
Cynthia Addai Robinson just put so-called critics of the Rings of Power in their place. Addai Robinson plays Tardmiriel in the upcoming Rings of Power show, The Queen Regent of Numenor. Here she is looking absolutely badass, leading soldiers into battle. Entertainment Weekly released an article featuring the Numenorians that called out some of the criticisms regarding the show's diversity. And Addai Robinson had something to say about that. The full section reads, "The diversity of the cast has also been scrutinized. For the first time, Middle-earth will be populated by multiple actors of color, including those playing dwarves, elves, and more. It is a decision that's been key to the show's DNA from the start, and Addai Robinson says to complain about that diversity would be to go against the very spirit of the source material." Quote, "Tolkien explores many themes, but one of them is the idea of people of different ethnicities, backgrounds, and walks of life all coming together for a common cause," she says. "For me personally, as a viewer, I would have the expectation that the show would reflect the real world as well as the world as I aspire it to be." As you well should, Queen.
The idea that fat people are promoting obesity is nonsense. Promoting obesity is not a real thing and it never has been. There are no multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns telling thin people to get fat quick, or a $72.7 billion weight gain industry in the United States alone, or government-funded initiatives aimed at eliminating the existence of thin people, or messages to thin people that if they could never be fat, then their life isn't worth living. But all of those things do exist in reverse for fat people. The entire concept of promoting obesity is a myth that's used to silence fat people when we advocate for the basic human rights we're so often denied, like equal access to health insurance, life insurance, medical care, employment, education, travel, clothing, or just basic happiness and freedom from living in shame and abuse. The only things we are promoting are kindness, respect, and equality. Fat people have always deserved equal rights and ethical treatment. The only difference is that now we're saying that out loud.
Today at school, I had a 5th grader come up to me and say, "Happy Pride." This means so much to me because A, that child is 11 years old. And B, when I was 11 years old, I was told by everyone around me, every adult around me I should say, that I shouldn't wear earrings because it makes me look gay. That I shouldn't talk like a girl because it makes me look gay. That I shouldn't get excited about girly things because it makes me look gay. And essentially I should be afraid of looking or sounding gay. I had no fear of these things at first. But over time being told that many times, after bringing my Barbie to the bus stop as a preschooler and being made fun of, I developed a fear of being who I was. And by simply just being who I am now, I understand why pride matters. I understand why visibility matters. Because when I was 11, I could never walk up to my teacher who I knew was queer and say, "Happy Pride."
Isn't there an in-universe reason why black people can't exist in Lord of the Rings?
No, those people are being racist. Hi, welcome to my show Obscure Lord of the Rings Facts. Let's talk about the people of color in Middle-earth. In the prologue of Fellowship of the Ring, the Harfoot hobbits are described as having browner of skin. The Haradrim, the people we see with the elephants in Return of the King, tall and dark-skinned. I recognize my privilege as a white man who is also the single largest Lord of the Rings content creator on this app, so let me be as clear as I can. All people of color are welcome in the Tolkien community, as fans and as actors. We need to do better, and this TV show is a good start. Follow for more obscure Lord of the Rings facts.
It's really interesting that you brought this up, because I often compare white privilege to rape culture. You see, women are told their whole lives, since they're little girls, how to protect themselves from predators. Don't wear anything too revealing. Walk with a friend at night. Call me when you get home. Yet we're not teaching our young men and boys to respect women, to know about consent, and to not rape. Racism is similar in this country. It is time for white people, who are the ones who benefit from the racist structures and systems in this country, to step up and tear those systems down. It shouldn't be on the people who are oppressed in this country to make things different or better. It should be on us. So stop switching the focus. Stop turning things about, oh, poor white people. Get over yourself. Step up to the plate and help out. Otherwise, you're just contributing to the problem.
Okay, let's talk about this. This video might be in a couple of parts because I don't like making 3-minute videos. So I saw that video when it came out. And in all honesty, when I saw it, it pissed me off immediately. I've said this before, but I went to school for communication and dialogue. And so when I have a gut reaction to dislike something, I immediately stop and I question why that is. My first stop was internalized homophobia. I am bisexual. Then I came to the conclusion that that wasn't the reason. So I compared it to something else. I am also a very big Percy Jackson fan, and I asked myself if I would be as mad if someone said that Percy and Grover had a gay relationship. And the answer was no. I came to the conclusion that the problem was my reverence. Part 2.
If you wanna leave, then bye, bye, bye. I'm a big girl, so I won't cry. Don't sing me a lullaby, bye, bye. Blah, 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 la, la, la. If you wanna leave, then
worked in my favor, cause nobody said new whip, got no keys. Tell them I told no starch, please. Soon as you can go, leave. Got M's in the bank like yes, indeed. Cardiac glass.
That's a good question. Why are there black elves? I'm really happy that you asked this. The short answer is Martin Luther King Jr. said black people can be treated equally. And after he said that, everybody was like, wow, that's a new idea. Fast forward, we are not where we were once as a society and as a race. And we kind of decided that black people can be in fucking fantasy because welcome to 2022.
That's something that people are not ready to hear.
White women are the biggest hindrance to moving racial equality forward because we have more influence over the raising of our children than anybody else, and white supremacy grows in our homes. And we are the ones teaching our children if only they would behave this way, speak this way, or dress this way, maybe they would have equality. And I will not argue this with anyone.
Stitch this with the stupidest thing a man has ever mansplained to you.
I had a man try to explain to me how to take care of a baby. I have 2 younger sisters who I help take care of. I had worked as a daycare provider in the baby room. From 9 to 6, I was in there with 4 babies, taking care of them and whatnot. So when I had my own, somebody tried to tell me how to take care of a baby.
And the scriptures say, text your ex. Tell them you missed them and that you understand where they were coming from. And then proceed to block them. For the Lord tells you to confuse thy enemy. Book of Toxic, chapter 8, verse 13. Sensational.
Your interview. Interview? What interview?
For the story that I'm hoping to run on Channel 3. About the situation in the community as a result of Matt Caulfield's expulsion.
I talked to Nikki this afternoon. She said it was okay.
I just wanted you to have an opportunity to speak. For everyone to know your side of the story.
I know my side of the story. That's all that matters. I'm sorry, but my daughter misinformed you. Mr. McGreen, for what it's worth, people severely misinterpreted you in this entire situation. Are you sure you don't want a chance to explain your actions? It's not my job to prove to people that I'm a fair and decent man. If they don't know that by now, some soundbite on a television show is not going to help.
When you see a good fight, get in it. Dr. King's words, but your lesson to me.
This is not a good fight, Nikki. The more I try to prove myself, the more I empower this insane notion that I'm an enraged man on a bigoted tirade. I'm sorry, but I can't grant you the interview.